All right, and we're set to resume the second half of action here. Berea's going to start down 10, but after an amazing comeback in those last few minutes and some interesting stats to note, the Scots are 7 of 11 from deep right now, and the Mountaineers only had that 1-3 right before the half ended. So, we'll see if the three-point shooting changes a little bit here. As Charlton comes down and loses the handle right there, but they're going to say it's off the Scots.
Yeah, I think we got one on that one.
We bailed him out.
It looked just like Bryce, Clay maybe just lost the ball on the way in. And maybe I'm wrong.
And Embry knocks that one down.
Maybe I'm wrong. As they say in the playground, ball don't lie.
Ball don't lie. We get that one. And finally seeing something go from range. It's got to be a good sign for the Mountaineers.
2 of 2 on their last 2 3-pointers. So to end the half and to start the half, setting a good tone with a defensive stop to start this off and then a 3.
And then the Scots give you a 3 right back. That's number 1 Chong from deep. And Embry wide open again.
And to be honest, I'm not mad at that. They left him wide over to the top of the key. He just hit one.
Yeah, you got to shoot that.
Yeah.
I'm mad if you don't shoot that as a coach. I'm like, why? Why would you not? But, just sometimes it doesn't go down for you. But the confidence is the most important thing. And they knocked down another one from deep. Sanders does.
You got to close out. You cannot give them. If I'm Hemingway, John Hemingway over here, I'm telling them, step up, make sure that you don't give them a 3, make them drive.
Exactly.
When they've driven, that's when they've had the most problems. They've gotten called for travels or throwing a ball out of bounds or been under pressure and gave up a rebound off of a bad shot. There it is.
Miller knocks down the 3, so we just got a little 3-point barrage coming from both ends, and that's the way the game's going nowadays. It's all about analytics. Either get a layup or a 3.
There you go. Mountaineers playing above the arch, which is where you want them. You get stuff like that. They drive in, throw up a shot that's contested, you get the rebound, and now we're at the other end.
Yep, Carter coming down the court, one-on-one, takes him into the post, and fouled on the layup attempt. Can't get that one to go, but he's getting 2. And doing a great job of creating the contact right there, forcing the issue, and you like to see that from the Mountaineers. Carter's going to go to the line for 2 free throws.
Shooting foul, so Carter's at the line, shooting
2. And Carter knocks down that first one.
Turns the lead down to 9.
Yep, and you just got to keep fighting back into this one. So much time left in this game. There's still a great chance that you could come back and take the lead at some point. So, just got to keep playing hard.
Buzz! Who got shooter?
And Carter knocks down that second one. 2 for 2 from the line, trimming the lead to 8 points right there.
Want to keep up the defensive intensity. Don't give up any easy baskets. Trying to cut down on the looks from 3.
Yep, especially close out on those 3-point shooters. They drive past you, 2's worth less than 3, so, the inside drive, good dunk down, and can't get that layup to go.
You heard Coach Hemingway there with MJ. He was backing off the man at 3, and Coach Hemingway told him, go to him.
Miller got down another 3-pointer, and he's feeling it so far. 2 of 2 from deep in this half, and Miller's feeling good. That makes it a 5-point game right now, and, great potential for the Mountaineers. Get a stop right here. And Maryville gets the layup to go and the harm, so he's going to go to the line for an and 1 free throw.
Yeah, MJ Embry there got caught in between. If you're him, you got to pick either let him get the shot off or foul him in a way that he cannot get the shot off. You can't give him the and 1.
Got to make that choice. If you're going to foul, you might as well get your money's worth. And it rattles around, touches every part of the rim, and he finally knocks it down. That was number 14, Ualdale.
8-point game here, 17 minutes left.
Carter kicks it out to Cottle. Back to Carter. moving it around the perimeter. Charlton taking it inside and met with a lot of contact going to the line.
I think that's the dangerous thing with Charlton. When he hits your body one, but also he swipes that ball from side to side. You almost can't help but touch an arm.
Just kind of floats it around. You think you can touch it, but you can't.
Charlton at the line, shooting 2.
Make sure we box right here. Make sure we box right here.
Charlton knocks down that first free throw. Checking in for the Mountaineers, number 30, Andrew Doty. And the Mountaineers going with a 5-shooter lineup right now, looking to get a little more explosive on the offensive end.
And structure. Here you go.
And Charlton knocks down that one as well, and checking in for him is number 2, Hudson.
Junior, 0.
6-point game, yeah.
6-point game, 2 possessions, get a stop right here, get a shot on the other end, and this one's within reach. Get the inside drive, no good on the layup. Miller with the rebound, skips it up court and stolen away. Good anticipation from Chong.
Good look by Miller, just didn't deliver the right pass. I think if I'm him, I throw that over the top to Cottle.
Yep, right idea, wrong execution. The pull-up jumper on the free throw line, and they knock that one down. Sanders gets one to go.
Decent defense there by Hudson, just better offense on that one.
And we've seen some tough shot makers today in this game so far. And Miller, another one from range, and he can't get that one to go. Doty with the offensive rebound, kicks it out to nobody. It's going to be a turnover. It's going to be Maryville basketball. And media timeout called on the floor with just under 16 minutes remaining. Score is Berea 49, Maryville 57. Getting ready to get back into the action here. Just under 16 minutes remaining. Single-digit game. This could be Maryville possession. Sanders with the ball. And picks it up at the top of the key. They feed it inside. Left-hand hook shot gets it to go. Could be number 12, Martin, with the layup. Cotto gets it inside, shrugs off his man, but he can't get the layup to go. Rebound coming the other way.
Cotto got through some contact there, and no call by the officials. Good hands there by Cotto.
They come away with the steal, skips it up to Cotto. Cotto inside of the teeth of the defense, can't get that one to go. Still fighting for it. And Cotto, a hustle player, he's always on the floor and just can't quite get that one to roll their way. It's going to be Maryville basketball.
2 in a row there where Cotto thought he should have got the foul maybe. On that second one, though, you had 3-on-1. You look for that pass when you see the contact and hopefully get a wide open layup there for Tariq Miller.
Brooks, go get it. Brooks, go get it. Go get it. Hurry, let's go. You're going to get down there.
And little sweat on the floor, making sure they clean that up. I want no slips. It's going to be number 11, Brooks, with it. Screen. Pull-up jumper from the free throw line once again, and he likes that spot. He's gotten there and hit a couple of those jumpers today, so If I'm the defense, you got to make that adjustment, know that he's going to that spot.
Watch his hands!
And Carter's got room to operate, and he can't get that one to go.
Great job!
Where the Mountaineers had made a lot of progress offensively, it looks like their flow has gone back out now.
And ball goes out of bounds, but the Scots are going to maintain the possession.
Like a push there.
Yep, foul is going to be called on number 30, Doty. And checking in for the Mountaineers, number 4, Jackson, number 10, Charlton, and number 33, Embry. And in for the Scots is going to be number 14, Ualdale. And they get it into K. And Mountaineers back in the zone. I think it's interesting. Normally you don't go into a zone whenever a team's shooting really well from deep, but if you got players that are willing to make that hustle and willing to make those shifts defensively, it can work out. As Hudson takes it all the way down and gets the layup to go off the glass. And so good at creating his own shot, like you alluded to earlier, able to create a good-looking shot after the contact. And they're going to call a foul on Miller. That is going to send number 11, Brooks, to the line. Not Brooks, it's going to be Ualdale going to the line.
That was a shooting foul, number 14, Ualdale, shooting 2.
And he knocks down that first one, gives them the 11-point lead.
See what I'm saying?
I think the ref telling him to make sure his jersey's tucked in. And no good on that second free throw attempt. Rebound Jackson. Mountaineers going the other way.
11-point ball game now, 13:45 left.
Just got to get a couple of good possessions to go. And Jackson being very vocal down there, making sure that his players know he's down there, just can't get a good look. Feed it in there. And Charlton from deep at the top of the key and can't get that one to connect. Going to be Maryville basketball, 8 inbound. Checking in for the Scots is going to be number 23, Green.
Mountaineers needing a defensive stop here. They're in man. Oh no, they're back in the 2-3 zone.
And if you have good rotations, the zone can work out because then it forces the Maryville players to find certain spots. But one of those spots that they've been really good at so far today is that mid-range area, especially at the free throw line, as Mountaineers come away with a steal. Hudson all the way down, gets the layup to go, and that trims the deficit to 9.
23 here, hobbling a bit. I think he might have hit his knee there on the basket.
Yeah, you can see him a little slow and making sure he's kind of out of the play at this point. Jackson, good defense, get a hand on that one. And wow. Yeah, he was in the shooting motion on that foul. It was going to send it Ualdale back to the line.
I thought they both had the ball on that one, but referee saw it differently.
But you're not in the stripes.
Nope. Just have 20/20 vision, that's all.
And he knocks down that first one. And he knocks down that second free throw right there.
Back to an 11-point lead, 12 and a half minutes left. And now the Mountaineers need to do exactly what they did in that first half. Fight hard, get back into the game, and if they have the same type of run, they're in the lead.
And Miller in the corner for 3, can't get that one to go, gets his own rebound. and he is fouled from behind.
Shot, box.
Foul goes on number 24K, and like you talked about, you know, basketball is a game of runs. It really just depends on who can get hot at the right time, and the Mountaineers could definitely use a good run right here.
Yeah. It's all about timing on those runs.
And Hudson tries to get it inbound, stolen away by Kay.
Not a smart pass there by Kevion Hudson.
Just a little too eager, thought his man had the separation, and defender was lurking.
Yeah, willing to bet he's going to make up for it on the defensive end somehow.
And the hook shot is no good. Hudson,
there you go.
There it is. He fights for that rebound, comes away with it, taking it all the way down court, and you know, he's being aggressive, trying to make up for that last mistake. Fouled on the drive.
And he did exactly what you need him to do as a coach. You make a mistake, you get it back on the other end, and that's exactly what he did.
Absolutely. And media timeout called on the floor with just under 12 minutes remaining. Score is Berea 53, Maryville 64. And we're back into this one. Just under 12 remaining. It's going to be Berea basketball with a chance to put it in single digits once again. Hopefully they can get it to stick to at least single digits. They've been teetering around that 9-11 point threshold. Hudson with it, the inside drive, steps past his defender. What a move right there, those long legs stepping through.
I don't know what you call that, not exactly a Euro step.
More of just a round step.
Yeah.
And Sanders can't get that three-pointer to go. Jackson secures the rebound, nearly lost it.
Good job by him corralling that, though.
And here's the opportunity for the run that we were talking about. You know, you scored, you got a good stop, and now you got to capitalize on the other end once again. And Hudson, good jab step right there, but he can't get the jumper to go. And maybe a little too early in the shot clock for that one.
Yeah, I think he had his man rocking, and, you know, his eyes got real big, I think. Saw the opportunity, just did not knock it down.
Whenever you can shift your defender like that, you say, oh, this could be on the highlight. And fouled on the drive. This is going to send K to the line. Foul is attributed to number 4, Jackson.
Josh, who you get? Junior, gonna get you off a blow.
24K in the line, shooting 2.
And K knocks down that first one. Checking in for the Scots, number 11. It's going to be Brooks. And in for the Mountaineers, we have number 3, Miller, number 5, Cottle, and number 30, Doty.
We got a rebound. We got a rebound. We got a rebound. Get back.
And K knocks down that second one. So that is back at the 11-point lead. Cottle with it, moving it around the perimeter a little bit.
Mountaineers so far this game just been unable to find consistency in their offensive end.
Yep, had a lot of good defensive possessions, just some questionable offensive ones, and Carter drives to the hoop, can't get the layup to go, but he's fouled.
I think the one thing that has been consistent for the Mountaineers is anytime they get a penetration in deep, a lot of times they're going to go to the line. I won't say anytime because there were a couple with Isaac Cottle there where we thought they were going to go to the line and not, but 90% of the time they're getting in, they're going to the stripe.
Yeah, and they're doing a good job of being aggressive and forcing the issue in there. Just, if you can combine that with a couple of made shots from deep, opens up all the offense. And Carter knocks down that first free throw.
But these kind of opportunities here where you get the other team in foul trouble, their big men aren't maybe able to stay in the game as late, and then on top of that, you get to stop the clock and still score.
Absolutely.
So I think you keep exploiting that as much as you can.
And the fortunate thing for the Mountaineers, shooting pretty well from the free throw line so far. In the first half, shot 90%, and they haven't missed so far in the second half, so looking to continue that. And if you shoot that well from the free throw line, you always give yourself a chance to win.
Exactly.
I know that was something that Coach always preached to us when I was playing. Like, you got to stay after practice, hit 50 free throws before you leave the gym.
Right.
The corner three, can't get that one to go. Good rebound by Doty. And Miller swarmed by defenders, and he is fouled as he goes down.
Number 20, Nice, call for the trip.
And
Team 6.
Team 6. So next foul should put them in the bonus, yeah. So just under 10 minutes remaining. It's a 9-point game right here. Carter with it, spins past his man, stops, gets it up, and knocks it down. And Terrell Carter with that patent and stop and step through. Trims the lead to 7. Scott's moving it around, getting into the free throw line, left-hand hook, no good.
Good D there by Doty, staying straight up, challenging the shot, making sure his man doesn't get to see the rim.
And Miller inside drive, dumps it down, and ball stolen away. Nope, the Mountaineers maintain possession. Out to Doty, Doty for 3. Wow. And still fighting for the rebound, and it's going to be Maryville basketball after they finally chase it down.
Good hustle there by Isaac Cottle and Quay Charlton in there fighting for that rebound.
And I just expect Isaac to be on the floor anytime there's a loose ball at this point. He's always giving you his all, and you love to see that.
Yeah, it looked like a scene from Major League there. He just was a little short of getting the ball. Willie Mays Hayes moment.
Just out of reach.
Great hustle.
Yeah, and you notice that as a coach and as your teammates especially, they see you hustling and they see you diving on the floor, and that's going to feed into their energy as well.
Exactly.
And Kay no good right there. Cottle comes away with a rebound. Riding them defensively, and they finally call something. And that's a couple times down the floor where Berea's broken the press and the Maryville defender stays on the hip and creates a little too much contact. Checking in for the Mountaineers, number 33, Embry.
We're down. Energy.
Nice.
Cottle's going to the line for the 1 and bonus free throw. And he misses that one, but Carter comes away with a rebound. And they're going to say a foul was called on the defense right there. Going to send Cottle back to the line.
His first team meets.
That foul was called on number 5, Sanders.
And the bonus.
And back to the line for some bonus free throws.
There we go.
Yep, he knocks down the first one, gives him the second shot. Trimming the deficit ever so slightly, put it down to a 6-point game. And, you know, if you saw the first 2 minutes of this game, you would not expect this.
I'd say first 10 minutes almost. It was pretty ugly, but
Mountaineers have continued to fight hard to get back into this one, making it a 5-point game right now. But you got to continue your good work on the defensive end. And Kay gets around Doty. Good pump fake right there to get him in the air.
You can't leave the floor until that shot leaves the hand. That's big man 101. And I know Doty feels frustrated, but I think sometimes you don't feel exactly what you did.
Yep. And, you know, those pump fakes are deadly in there.
You can't throw your body into people and transition. I got you. JR, who you got there?
K shooting 2.
And K knocks down that first free throw. Checking into the game, number 3, Miller. And Berea back with the 5-guard lineup, playing Embry at the 5, and looks like Carter's going to be the 4. It's going to be Hudson with the ball. Down 7 with 8 minutes remaining in this one. Miller in the corner, fakes the 3, pull-up jumper.
That's still a great look by Miller. You just got to knock that down. Pump fake, got the man by him, got the penetration he wanted, just did not put it down.
And, story of the game for the Mountaineers. Just can't convert on good looks. Scott's with the basketball. They got 11 seconds on the shot clock. Back into K once again, gets past his man, can't get the layup to go. They get the offensive rebound. Back out for 3 and no good once again.
Good job by the Mountaineers there, keeping composure, staying in their shape, pulling down that rebound.
And great cross-court pass to Cotto, just can't get the 3. And there it is. You get a good look off of a great defensive possession and just can't capitalize. It'll be Sanders at the top of the key. And Hudson fighting for the ball. They're going to call a jump right there as both players are tangled up. The immediate timeout called on the floor. Trimming that deficit ever so slightly point by point with 7 minutes remaining in this one. Berea 61, Maryville 68. Set to get back into this action right here. 7 minutes remaining. It's going to be Berea basketball down 7. It's a great chance to good work in the low post to create that separation. Got a pretty good look at the hook shot. Just
last 6 minutes, somebody's got to step up and be the leader.
And you got a lot of players on this roster that have been good in big moments. Carter, namely one of them, but Charlton really good. And they get the and one layup to go. That's going to be K with the bucket. And checking in for the Scots, number 14, Ualdale. And K converts that one, so then it's back to a 10-point game. And it's going to be Hudson with it. Mountaineers really got to execute right here. Charlton from deep can't get that one to go, and it's going to be Maryville basketball. And a little rushed on that shot.
Yeah, but again, an open shot that we're just not knocking down that normally I think we would. At least at a higher percentage than we've been this game. 10-point game, you got to claw your way back now.
And been fighting from behind this whole game, so they know what it takes to get back into it. Rebound Carter. Carter pushing it on the break, skips it up to Charlton, left alone, and blocked from behind.
Gets it back. In there.
And he continues to chase after the ball. Gets blocked once, but that's not enough for him. Gets the rebound and puts it back up and in. Gets the hoop and the harm.
Yeah, our coach always used to yell at us, you got to have a desire to get the ball, and Quay Charlton definitely has that. You don't see anything that's out there that he's not going to go after. Good job by him, hopefully converting a three-point play here to bring the lead down to 7.
Charlton at the line.
And a little discussion as to whether that shot counted. I do believe, yep, they're going to say it counts for sure, so this is for the and one free throw. And he knocks that one down, so trimming the lead a little bit, and, you know, it's just continually fighting back into this one. Scott's with it. Give it into the low post. Spin around off the glass, no good. Miller with the rebound.
Good job by Miller there, securing the rebound.
And now it's starting to get to that crunch time where you got to have your scorers step up and got to be able to make shots. And Charlton taking it into the defense. No foul on the contact.
Dribble right here. Dribble right here. 30 seconds timeout. You got to call it. You got it. Hey. You're good. Here we go. Here we go.
And timeout called on the floor with 4.5 remaining. Berea 64, Maryville 71. And set to resume action. 4.5 minutes remaining here. Going to be Scott's basketball. They are currently up 7. Get it into Sanders. The pull-up jumper from the free throw line once again. Doesn't knock it down that time. And Doty with the rebound. So, you know, string together a couple of good stops defensively. Once again, where's the score going to come from? And Cottle fouled on the three-point attempt. And not what you wanted to do if you're the Scots, but good for the Mountaineers. And that's going to send Cottle to the line.
His third, team 10.
And that is going to send us into immediate timeout with 4 minutes exactly remaining in this one. Berea 64, Maryville 71.
So beginning after the timeout for Berea, number 33, Henry.
Okay, so last when we left off, Cottle's going to the line for 3 free throw attempts. Great opportunity for the Mountaineers right here. They can trim that lead down to 4 if he knocks down all of these. He hits the first.
You mean when he knocks down all 3 of these?
You got to speak it into existence, right?
Yo, you still there?
And the second one.
My sister's a pastor in Louisville. She tells me all the time, you better say your blessings.
Hey, Bucks. Hey, Bucks, we got you there. Yo, we got you there.
And there it is.
There it
3
is.
for 3. You were right, Joe. Why would I ever question you?
Down by 4 minutes left in the game. Chance for Berea here if we can get a stop and a conversion to knock it down to a 2-point game. Great defense there by Quay.
Yep, Charlton just getting a hand on it and forcing his defender or the offensive player to go all the way into the backcourt.
Good switch there by Terrell Carter and Kevion.
And they wanted the block, but they're going to be called for the foul on that one.
On Embry.
Berea's number 33, Embry.
And sometimes as a big man, it's hard to lay off of those. If you're Embry, you got to say, oh, well, I think Terrell Carter's going to get this one. I would trust that.
And he did too.
Yeah.
And Sanders knocks down that first free throw, gives them the 5-point lead. Checking in for the Mountaineers is number 30, Doty. And checking in for the Scats is number 24, K.
Second shot.
You got 5, you got 23. You got 2.
And he's able to make it a 6-point game right now. It's going to be Mountaineers possession. So only 2 possessions down right here. You know, you don't have to get it all back in one, but you got to execute. And they give it in to Carter down low. He is called for the foul. That's going to send Carter to the line for 2 free throws. And if I'm the Mountaineers, you know, I do that same exact thing. Feed it down low, try to get it into the paint, create that contact, gives you free throws, stops the clock, and free shots.
Show you go. Come on. Yo,
And can't get the roll that time. No good.
It's okay. He's going to get this one, knock it down to a 5-point game.
And in checks number 33, Embry. So going a little offense-defense substitution, switching between Embry and Doty for Coach Hemingway.
Hey, Bucks, show you got shooter. Bucks, they broke up. Rebound.
And he knocks down that second free throw. Makes it a 5-point game still. Brooks with the ball. Goes to the baseline, cross-court pass.
Good job by the Mountaineers closing off the penetration there. But they left the man wide open at the top of the key.
Yep, had some good rotation initially, and then, you know, that ball movement creates problems defensively as they knock down that 3-point attempt with just over 3 minutes remaining. Score is Berea 68, Maryville 76.
30.
And ready to get back into the action here. Just over 3 minutes remaining. Berea is down 8 currently with possession. And Mountaineers going with their shooters lineup and playing Doty at the 5, spacing the floor. give it into Carter. Carter kicks it back out to Cottle. Moving the ball around. Doty with the drive. They're going to call the charge as Kay takes that one, and that's going to give Doty another foul. That is going to be his 5th and final foul, and he's not happy about it. And, sometimes that's just the way they go.
Yeah, as a big man, you got to be aware when you drive to the basket, automatically people are going to come out to take the charge because they know they're going to get the call 9 times out of 10. So,
yep.
That one he has got to be able to get.
Yep, and in checking for him is number 33, Embry. They get it into the corner, down low. And they're going to say that was a foul on Embry in the post.
That's his 4th.
And now the question is, who do you go to in these late minutes? I say Jackson's played pretty well, or he did in the first half. I haven't seen much of him in the second half.
You got Jackson, you got Ayton over there, you got Keebler as well. A couple different options.
I will say this, you're the best broadcaster, but I listen to all the games. All the other guys, not better than you.
And no good on that free throw attempt right there. Cottle coming down with it. Give it into Miller, quick 3, and missed just about everything on that one.
Yeah, that's a little too quick on the trigger on that one if you're Miller. Like to see the ball get rotated a little bit, actually run your offense this late in the game. You're down by 9. You want to take a 3 if the option's there, but it's got to be one that you're going to make.
Yeah, and ideally you don't even really need the 3. You're in the double bonus, so every foul is going to give you free throws.
Luckily, we got a player like Tariq Miller who's going to pick you up on the defensive end.
Carter takes it into the defense, gets his own rebound, and puts it back up and in. And that makes it a 7-point game here, just under 2 minutes remaining. It's going to be Brooks with the basketball.
Call for the switch there.
15 seconds left on that shot clock, and Berea, you got to lock down defensively right here.
Yeah, you got to have this stop.
He gets it inside, and that's going to be a travel, absolutely. Went up for the layup, just held on to it. All right, so here's your opportunity if you're the Mountaineers. Down 7, minute and a half. You got the ball. You're in the double bonus. Make sure you're creating contact or at least getting a really good open look.
And that's not what we want there. A bad turnover there by Quay Charlton. I think he thought that Terrell Carter was going to occupy a different space there. And ended up throwing it behind him.
Yeah, it looked like he might have been cutting or thinking about the cut and threw the pass a little too early. And kind of just running some clock here for the Scots, and he steps. We're going to call the foul.
Embry.
Yep, foul goes to number 33, Embry.
And that's his 5th.
And in checks Hudson, so Berea back with a 5-guard lineup.
I'm not sure exactly what Embry was told on that play, but that late in the shot clock, you hate to see that little ticky-tack foul. You let that guy go ahead. You have rim protectors in there helping you out. Not the traditional big ones, but
yeah. But,
better than
Carter
away that
soaring in there for a couple blocks. Miller's got great active hands down low. So, sometimes you do got to take that chance, and it's not the worst thing to be beat off the dribble when you have defenders in help to be able to help you, get that secondary protection.
Now he took himself out of the game with his 5th foul.
Yep.
55 seconds left, 9-point game here. See what the Mountaineers can put together.
Hudson on the drive and blocked from behind. And Scott secure the possession. 45 seconds remaining in this one. That's going to send the Scots to the line up 9 with 45 remaining. It's going to be K at the line for the Scots.
Not out of the woods yet if you're Maryville. I mean, if he doesn't knock down these free throws here, and even if he does, a 10-point game at this point. which gives the Mountaineers some options if they're able to hit some quick threes.
Yep, and
extend the game.
Cottle pulls up from 3 and can't get that one to go. Rebound K.
Looks like the Mountaineers are just going to be okay with the clock running out and this game being over.
Yep.
A lot of fight early on. Came back from 24 down.
Yeah, and you know, it's just really hurts to put yourself in that kind of a hole early, because then you expend all your energy the whole game just trying to fight back and give yourself a chance. And you know, a lot of good spurts from the Mountaineers tonight. They come away with that steal. 10 seconds remaining. Kick ball.
Kickball, Berea ball out of bounds.
Blue defense, blue defense, blue defense, blue defense.
So this one's probably going to go down as a loss for the Mountaineers. They got 3 games remaining left in their schedule. Got to win 2 of them to make the postseason. And this is going to propel Maryville to the 3rd seed. And
They're gonna run the clock.
yeah, they're going to let the clock run out. And that's our final here in Berea, Kentucky, as our Mountaineers lose to the Scots. Berea 73, Maryville 80. Hard-fought game from both teams. At the end, you know, that first couple of minutes really did them in here. And a lot of good things to build on, though. That second half, or the second half of the first quarter, was really good. And you know, got to get these next couple of games for the Mountaineers. But thanks for tuning in. For everyone here at Berea College Athletics, we thank you for tuning in. Come back this weekend as our girls will play against Wesleyan in a home contest here in the Seabury Center. But once again, thanks for tuning in. You all have a good night.
Yeah, I meant that. I wasn't kidding you. I appreciate it.